Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy Getty Crypto here. So good evening, good night, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Let's get really onto the subject of what the title about, and that is DOKWON is currently speaking out on Twitter, it seems. So let's just head over to this tweet. Dear CT, I will tell you what I am doing and where I am if. We are friends, we have plans to meet, we are involved in a GPS based Web3 game. Otherwise, you have no business knowing my GPS coordinates. Really don't understand why otherwise would be true. Think about whether you would be comfortable with the same level of invasion of privacy for yourself. I'm not on the run or anything similar. For any government agencies that have shown interest to communicate, we are in full cooperation and we don't have anything to hide. We're in the process of defending ourselves in multiple jurisdictions. We have held ourselves to an extremely high bar of integrity and look forward to clarifying the truth over the next few months. Cheers. This is what I've been waiting for, okay? You know, from the horse's mouth, an actual statement as to what is going on with all of these kind of different statements that are being thrown out there left, right and centre about him either being in jail or smoking crack in another country, or, you know, all of this crazy ideas people have come up with. And I'm pretty sure they don't have internet in jail, so I'm pretty sure he's not there. And we know he's not there, okay? We know Coinage has had his AMAs with them, and I think there is more episodes of that to come, so we have to be patient and wait for those. But this in itself is him saying to you folks, you know, what we are involved with and what we are being investigated for, they're dealing with it and they're being cooperative, and from what he's saying, they've held themselves to an extremely high bar of integrity. And that's all they can do, right? All they can do at this point is follow the rules, follow the procedures, and take it step by step. And these things take time. Look at the XRP lawsuit case. It's been going on for eternity for what it seems like. I heard about this even before I got involved in crypto, so it's been going for some time. Now, take this, not even with a pinch of salt, just take this as him saying to you, okay, he's what other reason does he have to lie? You know, if it's just there's so much propaganda around him, and yes, we all have this despise of him and who he is and what he did, but ultimately what happens with him seems to affect our coin, and that's what matters. So it's in our best interest to ensure that DOKWON is not being used as a propaganda tool to dump the price down like all of the influencers and mainstream media did the other day. You know, it's just crazy stuff that keeps happening. So let's go to his profile. Let's see what else is going on, because he really is active. And just before this, he said, one could tell a lot about a society by the way it raises its young and buries its dead. And this is actually, I'm sure it's a quote, and I'm not sure what book it's from, but this is from a book. I've read it before. It might even be Sun Tzu's The Art of War, possibly. I think it might even be from that. But ultimately, he's here, he's about, he's not, you know, on some red letter notice list for Interpol. They're just coming up with crazy and more even crazier ways to try and attack the market and bring it down to follow the overall market. People just don't want to see coins succeed at the end of the day. Not everybody is in the same boat as you, so to speak. So that we'll have a lot of people that are trying to short it and people trying to FUD it down so they can get a good entry position to then start providing positive content to ride it back up, where, yeah, so it just goes to show you. I had a message from someone today which was really, really interesting for me to see. And they said, thanks for speaking about Pokemon cards. Thanks for speaking about silver coins and stuff like that. And I've had a few people message me actually saying, you know, I actually went back to my parents' house. I dug out my old cards and it turns out I've got a lot of cards and they're worth a lot of money. And I said, just look, make sure that you get, you know, check the prices for them and stuff like that. But you know, I buy Charizards as a store of value, which sounds silly, right? But you need to think about it. Think about train collectors, okay? No one carried that on, so it kind of dies with the generation. Whereas when I was young, Pokemon cards were the thing. You know, my son Pokemon cards are the thing now still, and his kids will probably play with Pokemon cards, and it will just continue to keep going. And this is the same with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still going as well, and I see them both as good stores of value if you know what you're buying. And it's the same with silver 1-ounce coins in your own countries. As long as you can check through your tax system or whatever of how you pay capital gains, as long as you're buying in my country, legal tender, which is 1-ounce silver Britannicas, 1-ounce silver Maples, and silver Krugerrands, are all considered legal tender, so you don't actually pay tax on it when you sell it. As to Pokemon cards, it's a bit hit and miss really. There's no really sort of laws to govern, you know, say like you found your childhood set of cards and you sold them for, you know, say, I don't know, £500,000, right? You've got a few first edition Charizards, you're absolutely living. Someone like Paul Logan would buy those off of you. That's how, you know, popular Pokemon cards are in themselves. But they are a good store of value. But precious metals are a bit of a no-brainer for me, because for millennia and millennia and millennia, people have been using precious metal to pay for things. You know, the Aztecs were hugely into their gold and silver. They understood, you know, that it could be used for currency, it could be used for decorations and all sorts of different stuff like that. So a lot of people have also been commenting about the previous video saying, you know, you should be supporting this proposal, and I do support this proposal, but what I don't support is it right now, because no one's actually given the time for... Sorry if I sound bunged up. I think I'm coming down with a bit of a sickness. I think the cold weather's setting in here and it's been getting to my chest a little bit. So sorry if I sound a little bit wheezy or sniffly. I'm not against this proposal. Okay, I'm just against the timing of the proposal. Okay, there's a time and a place for everything, and right now is not the time to be trying to apply more pressure to CEXs. We just need to get the burn tax in place. You know, Terra Rebels have even said to you in the event, and Vega said this himself, I'm sure Vega said this himself, in the event it does start to destroy the blockchain, they will turn it off. It's as simple as that. So there's a time and a place for everything, and we just don't know what this burn tax is going to do, positively, negatively, or neutral. You know, it's all unknown. Like I keep saying, it's if, buts, and coconuts. So folks, stay safe out there, okay? None of this is ever financial advice. Beware of WhatsApp numbers. Beware, I'm never going to DM you. Beware of scammers, you know? Beware of doppelganger accounts and anything like that. And none of this is ever financial advice. Possibly having a new member of the HCC family join us tomorrow. Keep an eye out for that one. You might find it quite interesting. So yeah, folks, have a really nice remainder of your weekend. Look forward to my video dropping in the morning. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. It really does help us reach more people, get us up there with those mainstream influencers, and, you know, set an example. That's what I like to see. It's all about setting a better example for people to follow. So folks, catch you in the next one.